Here I am, Leon C, aka Morpheus. I'm gonna skip the introduction. Of course, you know you're in the Academy of Wow Men, because this is a very important audio, so I got to get it out. So, right now you're gonna be hearing maybe a lot of noise in the background because I am in my house right now with my three beautiful companions, so they got to be very quiet in the background. All right, sweethearts. Look at it. So, you're going to hear a lot of rustling. Just came back from shopping, actually. And so I'm helping them put some things away, even though they can do it all by themselves. There's some water bottles and just various things. So if you hear some stuff, it's just because, yes, I am in my house. Yes, I'm moving around. And I'm wrestling with some stuff. But why am I doing this? Why didn't I wait to go to the studio outside in the patio? Well, again, because this is on my mind. Anytime it's something vital to me, I keep my promise, ladies and gentlemen. If it's important, I'm going to get it and I'm going to give it to you like hot pancakes. Because you need to know, I like to be your eyes and ears. Put it like that. And if you're at home right now, or you're at work, or who knows where you're listening to this at, maybe in your office, I want to be your eyes and ears to let you know what's going on. Okay? So that way, you're sitting there, but you're over here as well. And you're going to be over here because I'm going to share things with you. That way you can get it's just knowledge. It'll make you better. And I've done my task in this world. What's your angle, Morpheus? What are you trying to do to us? Well, I'm trying to make you gods on earth. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put a smile on your face, give you something. Because, we may not be here forever. The world is a treacherous place. And sometimes it's because we don't have anybody out here to guide us or give us proper information and care about us. Most people do it for clout and money. I do it because I really enjoy it. I really like talking to you. Even though I seem very harsh, and you know the type of guy I am. It just depends on what type of sloth you are. I just have zero tolerance. You do something stupid, I'm going to have to deal with you. That's as simple as it is. But anyhow, the subject is going to make people uncomfortable. You already see the title. Disclaimer here is, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but your feelings don't matter. It doesn't. It never does. Not to logic. And this isn't to separate families, because families need to be together. Mothers and fathers are important. I'm not telling you to turn your back on them. Okay? And of course, I don't get paid to do this. I'm doing it because some of you need to understand what's going on in a new country today. Okay, so we're in a dilemma where daughters and sons are needing to take care of their elderly, if not, middle age to getting older parents. How it happens is, and how did this happen, because it keeps happening. So I go to the store, of course, me and my girls, and I go to the checkout line to leave, and I'm talking to this older lady, and she's just standing there. And I said, so how's your day? Anything good? She pauses. She couldn't say that anything was good because it wasn't. And I said, oh, well, you don't have to tell me because not everything is going to be good. You being honest, I like that, because most people will say, I'm okay, everything's fine. So she said everything wasn't fine. Kudos to her. Respect as well. So, yeah, put those keys over there, baby. No, put it in the bag right there. Sweetheart, why is it? That shouldn't be on the door. Okay. So she, yes, sweetheart, right there. So she wasn't comfortable where she was at. And I began to ask her, so how's your day? What are you doing today? She said, I really don't like to be here, and they left me up here by myself. I need some help in this checkout line. And I began to tell her, I said, well, they did that to see if you can handle it all by yourself. and you need to take initiative and be responsible. That's how I speak to people. Just like the professor and teacher that I am. I'm going to be direct with you, no matter what. Okay? She said, yeah, I get it. I would have been somewhere else, but I have to be here. I said, okay, so, why are you here? Then if you don't want to do this, and if it's uncomfortable for you. She said, I get bored at home. I get bored. And I said, wait a minute. Remember, some of you know this. When you say, if you tell me you're bored, I'm going to roast your ass. And I don't care who's around. I'm going to treat you like you're a 12-year-old idiot. Because you have no excuse to be bored. There are too many things to do. How are you going to tell you a grown damn adult and you bored? What the hell are you bored for? There is too many things. And if you can't afford it, there's dollar stores everywhere. Dollar General, Dollar Tree, whatever. You can go and you can get some things. You can get a paper. You can get poster board. You can, you cut up confetti or something like that and sell it online. Whatever. Then the woman looks at me with a stupid look on her face. Once again, what is there to do? I'm bored. What is there to do? I said, write a book. I said, go do lectures, travel, go out of town, open up a daycare, teach kids, go talk about parenting. You're an older woman. You're supposed to be a nurturer. What the hell are you doing here? Almost look like grandma. What's wrong with you? And this is where the Shangri-La meets the road, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the lesson is. She said, I would have done it, but I had to take care of my mother. Hold it right there. Target acquired. Target acquired. Hold it right there. Hold it. Put your hands up. You are under the... Can't say that word. I was getting ready to roast. You are under arrest. Hold it right there. Don't you move. Right there. You. That's where the issue is, right there. I said, so you put your life on hold. You stop doing what you're doing to take care of your mom. Yeah, and now I'm here in this position. I could have been doing writing the book. I could have been somewhere else. I could have been successful, but here I am, right here. And I went in on her. That's just the type of person I am. I don't care. I've explained this before. I am a zero tolerance man. I went in on her. No, I didn't cuss her out. I didn't embarrass her in front of everybody. I said, what the hell are you doing? I said, you don't owe... Let me stop. Because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you what I said. But I'm going to make it into a lesson for you. Okay? Because the individual conversation with her was different. Stop smiling, sweetheart. Quit. Quit. I'm trying to do this recording. Stop laughing. Stop. You're going to make me come over there. Then I won't be able to finish this. Your sexy ass. Stop. I'm going to make you get out. You might have to go, listen. Don't play. All right. Quit. Anyhow, let me get back to this. These girls are a trip. You can, it's, I ain't going to get into that. Having 3 companions can be, it's, compared to what y'all think, y'all strange people here in the States, y'all, I question your IQ level. All of you who say, oh, it's going to be difficult, it's hard, they're going to kill you, you're just going to be in a bad situation. That's because you're a beta, you blue pill, you a staunched, short, funny looking, mama raised, pimple face, ugly looking dude, so you can't get women like that. So to you it's hard because you can't even get one. So go shut the hell up. It is a blessing. It's a gift. It's awesome. It's superior. You with your one crayon, your crayon box, we have the same color that you're going to get bored of every damn day. I got various crayons, so I can create a beautiful picture. You can't. So shut the hell up. Anyhow, so she got quiet and started looking at me with her big eyes. I said, You don't owe your parents anything. Pause right there because I'm going to pick that piece up in the lesson. And I also said this is happening all the time, where you're carrying the burdens of a grown person. So you put yourself in this position. You signed up for it. So stay stuck in this boredom that you got, and stick with it. You have a nice day. She didn't want to hear the rest of it. She was listening, but you know what? She was looking away at the same time. There's another customer coming, which is fine. But she heard what I said. She started slowing down. She heard what I said. She heard exactly what I said. Now, on the way here in my vehicle, I got thinking about it. I said, you know what? We're going to have to talk about this because it's happening too much. I see too many, not only grown people, but teenagers as well, that got to take care of their parents. I've seen a girl not too long ago, 19 years old, needing to work 2 jobs to provide for her mother. I'm going to be honest with you. Otherwise, listen, I'm an equal roast oven over here. So therefore, if men were doing this, I would say the same. And you know it. You heard my recent audios. I'm equal. If men were acting dumb like this, I'd get on them as well. But in this particular situation, most of the time, it's women. It's always, I got to take care of my mom. I got to take care of my mom. That's all I ever hear. I got to take care of my mom, my mother, my mom, my mother. All the time, all the damn time. And even more so, y'all not going to like this. Y'all are not going to like this in the black community. Yes, sir. Even more so. Vanilla white people are going through it as well. Yeah, I call them vanilla because, that's just the color, right? But they can be, Irish, they can be European, they can be Russian. So they just light skin, right? Vanilla. So, yeah, they have their issues too, but most of them, it's going to be a dark-skinned black woman, or you can say brown-skinned woman. I got to take care of my mother. I got to take care of my mother. My mother needs me. Let's get into the lesson. And this is why it is vital to talk about this. Okay? And I'm going to give you one of my scenarios with it. So that way you get some ground. That way you don't think I'm sitting here trying to critique you, talk bad about you, as if I'm a perfect person. I don't know everything, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said that once upon a time. They chimed in and said, you think you know everything, Morpheus. You think you know it all. You Mr. Macho Man, aren't you? I'm not. I'm here to help where help might be needed. Don't you understand people are hurting themselves every day because they don't have knowledge. They don't know where to turn. That's why you have churches all the time misusing you and deceiving you, because they know people are looking for hope. They're looking for guidance, and you go to the, what do you call that? You go to the indoctrinated camp, the indoctrinated way, which is the church, are the preachers, pastors, and popes and priests. Because you can't guide yourself, but there's more ways to get information. There are more ways to get your enlightenment of life, and sometimes it's over here. I don't know everything, but you're going to get something. Life is like that. You cook meat, you cook fish, you go and you get chicken. You don't go, if you're going to get some chicken, you're not going to go and just pick the chicken up off the ground and start eating it. It don't work like that. There's feathering. You got to cook it. You got to cut it just right. You got to get the meat that you want. Sometimes some of you don't know the work that goes into getting your white meat, your drums, your breast, right? To get the chicken that you have on your table, or the chicken strips. It takes work to get that. So all that stuff has to disappear and go away. So when you're having a conversation with people, you're going to have to do the work. You're not going to take everything they say, but you're going to get the meat out of it. Now, now, we're talking about parents here. Parents, especially in America, and it's no doubt to you, this is reality, don't seem to see the future. They don't think about tomorrow with their bad decisions oftentimes. And sometimes it's not about just a college education, or it's not about how much money you got. It's about your perspectives, and it's about living under your means, not over your means. It's about being frugal. It's about making good decisions. And here's the key, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't I say woman? Her mother, girl, huh? A lot of times women jump ship. They do things to get rid of their husband. And it's rare. I don't want to hear you talking about, well, she's a widow. That's rare. Go shut your mouth. I don't want to hear, listen. Again, there's no dummies over here in this academy. You can't play a fool over here, put that on the comment box where, my dad passed away. That's a no-does situation, but it's rare. This is not what's going on in America. This is not what's going on in your westernized world. No, women are leaving their men, and they're pushing them out of the door with an attitude or bad behavior, or, hey, this little 2-bedroom house isn't enough, baby. I want a 4 to 5 bedroom house. If you don't give it to me, then I'm going to have a fit. She has a fit. She has a fit. He suffers. He goes through her nagging at him to the point of argument. Then guess what? If he doesn't get the 4 or 5 bedroom house, she's going to try to dip out on her. But the stupid thing that she does, she don't dip out and get a 5 bedroom house on her. Well, let's put it like this. If she goes and she dips out and get the 5 bedroom house on her own, nobody else is going to live in with her. Now she's the female in the shoebox. Okay? And the other end of it, if she dips out, she goes to get an apartment because he don't want to do what she told him to do. So she downgraded. She didn't upgrade because she wanted to be selfish and not be frugal. So therefore, she's no longer with your husband. Because remember, nowadays, it's not about duty. It's about pleasure and happiness. So therefore, we don't want to stick with anybody for survival because we know that we need them at our old age. We get rid of them because we think we got a pool of suitors. I told you it's going to be loud in the background. We got bags that we got to put away. But, you've already been warned. So, what parents would do is slack up a lot of their decision. They will slack. They'll make these bad decisions. And what happens is the responsibility falls down to the kids. Either the kids have to bury them, the kids have to nurture them, the kids got to take care of them, they got to go and see them. I know this person because I know a few guys. These are son husbands. You know what a son husband is? A son husband is when the mother or female mother can't find a husband or the father's not at home. Because women aren't as strong, some of them, but not all of them, because they're not really like men, they have to delegate physical or heavy tasks to the men who are more capable of doing that and are getting their hands dirty. So if she has a son who's left behind because she got rid of the husband in some form or another, instead of her husband taking out the trash, her husband cleaning out the garage or going places or providing the necessary manly tasks, the boy has to do it now. Don't tell me I'm lying because you see it yourself all the time. You just want to be too stupid to accept it. They use this boy now to do the tasks that the husband or the dad should be doing. When this boy should be getting a career, focusing on his tasks, staying in college, getting a woman of his own. Now his mom becomes his woman. His mom becomes his burden. His mom now is a responsibility. That's why a lot of men, they get pissy when you talk about their mama. This is another reason why a lot of boys and girls most times, when you say, oh, your mama is this. Oh, hell no, you ain't talking about my mama. That's my mama. I'm going to beat your ass, dude. Let's go. Now you want to fight. Now you upset. You get taken personal. And it's just words. Somebody say, your mama, she's this. Oh, I'm going to mess you up. And you want to pull out some, your blowhorn for no reason. Just because it's words. Might be back in high school, first grade or something like that. Your daddy, your mama's this. Oh, now you pissed off. It's just words, dummy. As if that's going to hurt you. They can say all kinds of things about your mom. She's a 304. She's a what, She's a village bicycle. She's a lazy, no good. She blah, 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 blah. They can't put their hands on her. So why are you worried about it? You should be sitting there laughing like, yeah, you just don't know my mama. Yeah, okay, whatever. A lot of you are ready to go to war over words. Low IQ, dumb, you're weak, and you soft. And don't come around me. I don't deal with people like you. You will be ostracized and discharged. So the point of the matter is here. Question will be, should you or should you not take care of your parents at an older age? Excuse me. There are methods to the madness. There are cases where it depends on your potential. It depends on your capability. It depends on how it can get in the way of you and your growth. Because after they're gone, guess who's left? Think about this. Most parents want their kids to survive. They want their kids to succeed. They just don't understand that they are a burden to their kid. But in the process, they want their kids to survive. That's just real. Okay? I don't know too many parents that just like, I don't care about my son and daughter. They're just whatever. Let them survive on their own. I'm just going to suck all the resources from them. Typically, it's not like that. No. No, because when they're gone, some of you are in Disneyland mindset. So I'm just going to say this for you who need to think about Goofy, Mickey Mouse, and other type of dumb stuff. If she was in heaven looking down on you and him, they want you to be okay with your life. They want you to be happy. They want you to live. Right? They want you to move on. They want you to succeed, find love, find God, and live a prosperous life. That's just the reality. Most times, yes. Even if your dad was never there and your mom was barely there, if asked the question, they will really want you to see. They want you to see the stars. Be successful. Okay? So here in the process of their ignorance, they don't realize that the decisions that they make in their life, is going to hurt you eventually. Yes, it's going to hurt you eventually. It's going to slow down your success. It's going to move you backwards. They don't know that. They don't think like that sometimes because the average person is plain stupid. Especially in America, because it's happening all the time. And what did I just say? In some cultures. They don't seem to understand that the decision that they make is crucial on the kids' advancement. But the problem is, this is the person that I really blame. It's not just the parents. What I'm going to point my finger out in this one, of course I'm discussing the parents' ignorance, but I'm going to explain the child's ignorance. The child, the son, the daughter. This is for you, okay? This is exactly for you. When I said you don't owe them anything, and I've spoken about this before, you don't owe them anything. A lot of times, you kids, or people, will always say, well, you know, my mom brought me here into life, and she protected me, and she paid this, and she did that. My dad did this, and they paved the way, and they worked their butt to the bone, so why wouldn't I not turn the favor to them? Why would I turn the favor to them? So what happens is, you'll think like that, which is going to be damaging. Let me show you how. You think like that, okay? So what it end up happening is whatever they need, wherever they go, whatever. They will call you on important days during a meeting, or you could be doing something else with your function in your life. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go to their beck and call. Because there's a silent dedication to giving them back for the labor that they've done for you. And this is something I told the girl that was at the store. Okay? I said, she said, well, because my mom brought me into life. I shut her down by saying, oh, yeah, dogs can do that too. Yeah. There's every animal, just about, in the animal kingdom. There's some that kick their young ones out of the house. I mean, out off the nest and stuff like that early. But typically, they're giving birth too. They brought them into the world. You know, dogs and cats can do that every day. You know, zebras, horses, crocodiles. You know, insects. You know, there's horse flies that you may see them sometimes mating. They're flying next to you. They're flying together because they're mating. It's one of the easiest things to do. And of course, you got the 9 months and you got the labor. Of course, what else is she gonna do? Let's stop right here. Stop. When she's on the labor bed, what else are you gonna do but push the baby out? Think about it for a second. Even if the labor is heavy and it's hurtful and you can pass away, okay, even though there's risks involved, okay, you're screaming, you're yelling if you don't get an epidural shot, and I recommend not to do it because they put stuff in your epidural shots. Anyhow, you heard it here. It's still the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do because what else are you going to do? That's your only option. You can't stop the baby from coming out after 9 months. What you going to do? Just sit there and walk around with this human being in your womb for the rest of your life? You can't do it. It has to come out. Do you have I mean, so it's not like she just, I'm just going to decide to do this and let the baby come out. Because after that point, you got to do it unless you fall down the stairs, which will be considered a different case and a different story. And then you go with a miscarriage. Okay? That's different. That's another option, but that's a crucial option that's always in discussion, or you can say the latest discussions when it comes to childbearing. But the reality of it, if they think that process means you owe your parents something, when she chose to go through that labor, she chose to carry you for 9 months. And a lot of times, it's not because women were thinking about the future, meaning they were thinking about the possibility of the finances and what's going to be here, there, and that. A lot of times, they're just going with the flow, the oops situation. Oh, I wonder what it'd be like to have this child. I'm going to keep my child, because what's the basics of a woman is concern, comfort. Concern and comfort, and being a socialite, socializing, grouping people together and taking not the easy route out, but the less aggressive route out, and going with the flow. So therefore, typically she's going to be curious. I'm going to have the baby because I feel. Did I say I feel? Because I feel like it's the right thing to do. And there you go, being birthed. And then you think that it was a big task. Now you dedicated to her for the rest of your life and limiting yourself in the process. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. There was a movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, that was credits to, what's his name? Man, it's been a while since I've spoken about him. And the producer, Tyler Perry. Okay? There you go. Man, sorry. Just I'm not all with that stuff. But in the movie, it was the same situation. You had a mother that was of, let's just say the three people was the lawyer. The lawyer was this guy. Everybody knows about him. Who had a big mansion. And the woman that was with him was named Helen. Okay? And Helen was the daughter of course, her elderly mother. It wasn't his mother, it was her mother. Once again, here's the black issue. Sorry, but that's just true. Again, here's another black mother, no father, but she's there for some reason. Okay? And here she is becoming burdened with it. But he told her something. Listen, here's the lesson. He told her this. The guy, what was his name? Man, what was his name? Anyhow, we already know about Orlando. That's the easy guy to remember. Somebody said once upon a time that I look like Orlando. I said, come on now. I don't look like him. Said, yes, you do. You're just like him. I said, no, I'm not coming to save you. I'm not. I'm not going to do what he did. But anyhow, so I don't know where they got that from. So what happened was he told her mom, he did not take her mom in. He sent her mom to a nursing home, to a elderly home. That's what he did. And you would say, as the movie gone on, Helen thought that was a bad thing. Remember? She said, and I gave away my friends, and he made me put my mom in a nursing home, So now he's an enemy. But the point of the matter is, the man's a lawyer. Listen, he's a lawyer. He's busy. He has stuff to do. He is not responsible of taking on the labor of her and her mother. Just because you get with a girl or a woman and she has a mother she got to bring in the house and take care of because her mother's elderly, that don't mean you need to do it. It's not your responsibility. It's not. It's the rat wheel continuing. You're doing the same thing over and over again because she made bad decisions. Now you got to clean it up. And now you're impending. Now you're troubled. But the point of the matter is he had a reason why he done that. He's a businessman. Even though it's a big mansion, it's a big house, but I'm going to tell you where he failed at, and this is going to help you all out as well of what I'm talking about in this balance here, okay? So he does that because he's a busy man. He's still thinking to himself that it's his life, it's his world, it's his castle, his mansion, and she's coming to his world, so he's like, no, 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 no. She's going to a nursing home, but he paid for it, okay? He paid for the nursing home, which is okay. Good. He paid for her well-being. Nice. Okay? Cool guy. Right? But here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. He has something. Helen had something. What he should have did was have Helen watch her mom there. If it was a problem, if it was an issue, he has a big mansion and a big house. Okay? There could have been a separated room to keep his woman busy. Because oftentimes, what somebody say, idle hands do the devil's work. She can be the caretaker of her mom. She can be. And the reason why she can be, listen, key, because what he has is money and connections. What she had was time. Time. Since she wasn't doing anything, she wasn't, I don't know if she had a job, but she wasn't doing much. She was at home trying to be pretty. His problem was he should have put her to work for him. Since he's a rich lawyer, put her to work. She could have been watching her mom at home, happy family, right? Now, of course, they're still trying to make up for her mom's bad behavior and her bad decisions, but guess what? It's a solution where her mom's not in a nursing home and he don't have to spend a lot of money to keep her in there. She's in his house, his big house, so she can eat, sleep, whatever else, and there you go. But we don't have that established out here in the real world oftentimes. Oftentimes, what women would do, listen, I can get the bag up by myself. I don't need a man. I'm going to mind my own business and go my own way. Now, but yet, here's the key. They do that, but yet they still want a man to provide, be a protector, and have a certain amount of clout, money, and a future, which is totally twisted and it's ridiculous when in the modern world now, women are working, women are going places, they're businesses, they're entrepreneurs, right? They got master's degrees, PhDs. You know, they want to be independent. So it goes against the grain because nature still says, look at me, get my tongue tied here, because you hear the sirens outside. It's bothering me. It's very irritating when they drive past. But nature states, in women, it comes out of their mouth. Period. Out of them, it comes out of their mouth where they say, "I still want a man. I still want him to provide, protect, and do all these great things." Even though she claims she don't want him to, then why are you expecting her to make more money than you? Listen. Why do you expect for him to make more money than you? Yeah, this is stupid. If you talk about, because most of you know what they say, I don't need a man. I don't care. I can take care of myself. I got my own money. Then why are you worried about him making 6 figures a year then? Contradicted. You know, you can't explain stupid. You can't explain stupid. If that's the case, if you're like, I can do it all by myself, I don't need a man, I got my own bag, all right? Then why are you still sitting there saying, oh, well, he has to make more money than me? That's smart. You went to go get a PhD in stupidity. Make that make sense. You know what she'll say? Because she has no idea that her nature is saying, because maybe one day I might want to have kids. I might lose my job. I might want to quit my career. I might want to do something else. So that means, ma'am, that you still want a man to provide for you. Duh. Duh, which way did he go, George? I don't get it. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Logic, right? No logic. Just emotional. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Cuckoo bird. Cuckoo for cuckoo pups. Cuckoo. So, the point of the matter is, we don't have that infrastructure where most women are going to want to stay home and do what they can to provide whatever means for their husband, because they're too busy thinking about that bad situation where the lawyer kicked them out of the house. I'm talking about according to the movie. It doesn't happen all the time. Listen, let's stop it right here. You truly got to give a man a reason to replace you. You really do. You really have to give him a reason to say that you're worthless. To just, like in a movie, have another girl come around. It doesn't work like that in real life. See, Tyler Perry he messed up some stuff. Movies do injustice to the society and to women's mind. Because they make these crazy scenarios that men are always going to do something evil. They're creeps. They're stalkers. They're going to throw you out of the house. They're going to do the unnecessary and harm you. And guess what happens to your society? See, on here. I hope y'all still hear me. I think I'm going to have to change the... Hold on here. Hey, sweetheart, do you know where... Get the... You're next to it. Get the other microphone and get that Bluetooth that's in that drawer over in front of my office. You're gonna see it in the front, okay? Yes. Okay. Maybe y'all can still hear me. Look like the microphone kind of cut a little bit. This is kind of... Let me see if I can get this back in order here. Situate it. This is unusual that it happened like this. Look like it's still connected. Great. I was on the roll too. Maybe Tyler Perry jinxed me. He got the money to do that. You're talking about my movies. I'm gonna turn into Medea on you and just start pulling wires. Satellite. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you, sweetheart. You are all the best. That food stuff smells good. I gotta get back to recording, okay? This is unprofessional. Okay. Go on, baby. Let's see here. Oh, man, these girls. Let me see here. Let's see here. All right, I think we're back in business here. It sounds like it is. Let me see here. I apologize about that. I do it live. This wasn't supposed to happen like that, but it happens. Okay? So getting back to my program, teaching you something. It's kind of something that they make movies like that to tarnish the society and give you a bad image of what men can do or what they would do. But they don't go through the outline as to the whys, whats, and because ofs. They skip all that. Men aren't going to just sit up there and replace you and put you out the house and you with your mother or something like that without you giving them a reason to do so. And most men statistically stay in their relationships. Divorce is filed 70 to 80% of the time by women, not men. So the movie is a goddamn lie. And Tyler Perry needs to check his ass for making that stupid because it don't happen like that. And he's not going to go out there and get like 5 or 6 different, not 5 or 6 different women, but he's not going to go out there and have 5 or 6 different kids, find another woman, and his main chick at home is not going to know anything about it. You can't make yourself a lawyer, a successful lawyer. You're making good money, and you got a match, and you got nice cars and things like that if you're going to be making bad life decisions like going outside of the home to get another woman pregnant. That's a bad decision. That's a decision that an F-boy would do. That's a decision that an immature, unsuccessful person would do. And you would know that because their lifestyle will be hectic. Not a successful lawyer. Not someone who knows something. Not someone who has their head on their shoulders. So Tyler Perry just did that for your entertainment, and y'all ate it up like dogs eat dog food. Stupid. But anyhow, the point of the matter is we don't have those relationships, and a lot of guys aren't really going to be that successful. And even if they are, they're not going to take in a girl who has her life chaotic because she's going to bring havoc into his life. So most times the mother ends up dangling, or even the father, where the daughter or the son is tasked with being responsible to take care of them, either in the nursing home or at their own house. When common sense says we are better together. We are better together because while we are together, we can help others who might need the power that we have built between each other. The man's leadership, the woman's support, and, grandma or grandpa, something like that, that might need a little bit of help. Then pay for the funeral and keep moving. But the problem is women have disconnected themselves from their source of power. Let me say that again. Women have disconnected themselves from their source of power. They think their source of power is their PhD in their job, in their career, in their loyalty to the government. That's where they think their source of power is. Those are basic, underlying, temporary status of a power that's going to eventually fade, or a power that is deceiving you of your real power as a woman. The power of a woman is a man. This is why most times when she called the police, sometimes it's going to be a male there. Who built the bridges? Men. Who built a lot of the amenities and items that you have? Men built that with their strength and their ability. Their hair, their house, their cars. Some of these girls who got PhDs and they're business entrepreneurs, I can guarantee you 90% of what they use is from men. Everything from the floor to the ceiling, to where they go, how the gas pumps operate, and how they generate the machines to make the gas. And the scientists and things that are trying to put in it. No, there's some women involved. I'm not saying that they're not. Check yourself. Don't be stupid over here. I told you, zero tolerance. Sloths are not allowed. It's outside of the academy door. You don't understand? I'm going to have to... Let me stop. I will help you to remember. It's common sense that there's going to be some women involved. There's going to be some women stamping, riveting, doing the paperwork, right? Making the connections, doing the delegations. That's a no-duh. So we're not saying it's 100% men. There's no women involved. It's like the police force. There's some women on the police force. They do a good job. I'm saying generally, men are the muscle, and men keep other men in line and in check. So therefore, their basic power is men. Men is a woman's power, not her going her opposite direction. That's the cart leading the horse. The horse leads the cart. It has always been like that for years. And because today women are going wayward, everybody else is going to eventually, and they are, suffering, period. What is this woman going to do trying to take care of her mother, and she can't even take care of herself? She don't even know how to entertain herself at home, talking about, well, I got to take care of my mom. You can't even take care of yourself. And when your mom is no longer here, now what you going to do? You still standing here as a 50, 60-year-old woman doing nothing with your life, going nowhere. All that information you got, all those PhDs, all that life experience, and how come you don't have a husband? How come you didn't go get a rich lawyer somewhere else? You want to know why? Because you don't qualify. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Somebody's going to throw a cross at me. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. You're the devil talking like this. Oh, because it makes sense and your life don't. Oh, shoot. We make mistakes sometimes and our parents need some help. I get it. I understand. But it's the rat wheel. Those parents that we have to take care of are that have been in some type of situation and now we got to turn back and try to pick them up. A lot of times they didn't see what you got to go through today. A lot of times they were ignorant, just like you. And they made decisions that weren't based on the future and based on a logical moving force that was going to be substantial for the future, for financial stability. And guess what? Now you're suffering. You want to know why you're suffering? Because you're picking up the tab. That's why. One way or the other, you're picking up the tab. Because they didn't think about it. They didn't think about it. Had all these years. This is the dumb thing this is what I talk about. Most people are sloth. They've seen it happen with their grandparents. They've seen it happen. Everybody has a parent somewhere. They've seen it happen with their kids. Their parents, which is your grandparents. How can they not know that they're doing the same thing to you? That underlines stupid. That underlines you have low IQ. And you know what? I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why. It's because of you. Meaning, it's because all of you are doing the same thing and think that you're obligated to pick up the tab. You're obligated to suffer yourself instead of you breaking the curse, breaking the stupidity and say, you know what? You messed up. Nah. Deal with it. I love you. I care about you. But, there's a nursing home because I got to keep living. I got to keep moving. As cold-hearted as it may seem, that doesn't mean you don't love your parents. That does not mean you don't care. Someone has to stop the curse. You got to stop the rat wheel that they have created. If not, if you say, well, I'm supposed to do this. This is my task. And God said, and the priest said, the pastor said, I got to do this because I can be in the favor of God said. If you do that, every other generation after you is going to do the same thing. And the parents going to keep messing up and giving the labor and the leftover tasks to the kids. It's almost like you buy a house. They buy a house. They don't finish paying it off. Right? And then they put it in your name. And now you got to pick up the tab. Now you got to finish paying. Depending on how that process go. If they put in your name and, paperwork and all that type of stuff. Who wants to do that? It's almost like you have, let's just say, for example, your parents are in debt. Let's give you a very big number. $900,000 in debt. Okay, and you don't even have money like that. You're working a small job, doing small things, driving a regular vehicle, and all of a sudden, let's say, like, you know what? Your parents are no longer here. And so they have $900,000 debt. And because you are the child, you have to pay their debt. Now you sitting there standing there with $900,000 debt that you didn't generate. Why would a parent want to fart on your face as they're leaving Earth or leaving life? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you got to get your mind. You got to say, you know what? I don't want it. No, that's your debt. That's your problem. You messed up. Hey, you've had 50, 60, 70 years while you was here. I know you enjoyed your time. Now it's my time. Listen, it's my time. It's my time. I love you, but I got to keep living. I love you, but I got to move on. I got to keep going. I got to keep going for my kids. I got to keep going for my generation. I got to keep going for my legacy. Because if I do what you're doing, okay, then they're going to be burdened just like I am with you. So I'm not going to be burdened with you. I'm going to relieve myself with your burdens so they can be relieved of mine. We're not going to play hot potato, hot potato. Who has the hot potato? Remember that? Throw the potato around, and whoever has the hot potato is the one burdened with it. Oh, hell no. You should take that. When they throw the potato at you, Your parents, hot potato, and they throw it at you, let it fall to the ground. Say, fuck this shit. Hell no. No, 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 no. Oh, you just pick that up. You're cold-hearted. That's your parents. That, why are you gotta go over there and take care of them. I gotta do what? They brought you in this world. Oh yeah, just like the dog had a puppy. Oh, okay. Yeah, deers do that all the time, especially horses. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very special. It's great. But I'm here. That doesn't mean that I owe you anything. That doesn't mean I owe you my life. That doesn't mean I owe you to the point where I owe you $900,000 in debt that you could have cleaned up 70 years ago. Hell no. Hell to the no, no. Hell to the no, no. Let that damn potato fall to the floor. You throw that somewhere else, because guess what? If they give it to you and you catch it, moron. I was going to say something. F your future. Because now you got to pass it on to somebody else instead of letting it go. Because it's negative. It's not positive. If they're not giving you wealth, hold on. It's a struggle now to pass on a legacy where it's a nice inheritance like it used to be. Farmland. I get it. A paid house, right? Some special cars in the garage. A very old collection of great things that maybe cost thousands upon thousands of dollars, or you could resell it. It's rare. It happens, but when parents pass away or they're no longer here, it's rare that you'll get something nice when they leave. They didn't build anything. They didn't build an infrastructure. They didn't build wealth, money, wealth, and clout for you. Credit. They didn't build anything. So usually when it's a hot potato, who has the hot potato? They'll throw a basket of potatoes at you, and every one of them is going to benefit you. Trust fund here, money over there, house here, right? Infrastructure there, maybe even a company or a business. Say, hey, you don't take over the business when I'm gone. Let me train you to take over this business. Let me show you what it has to be and what's going to do. So when I'm gone, son, daughter, you take over the business. If you sell it, that's fine. Whatever you want to do with it, as long as it helps you. Right? Those are good potatoes. Those are called sweet potatoes. Uh-oh. Somebody don't like sweet potato pie, but that's okay. Add some cinnamon, some sugar, and you'll be all right, but it's good for you. I love pumpkin and sweet potato pie. I'll tear up a pumpkin pie. You can't keep pumpkin around me. I'll tear it up. It's gone. You'd be like, where'd it go? Oh, it's gone. You gotta get 2 of those bad boys. Especially if it's organic. It's gone. Anyhow, those days are rare, and those days are dissipating because of their retirements are getting taken. Their Social Security is being attacked by groups of people that I dare not say, but you already know. Their wealth is being stolen because of inflation and the infrastructure of your corrupt, poisonous world that you live in the West. So therefore, what do they have to give you but the negative? They're beyond their means. They're negative. They're not in the positive. Positive, okay, give me the potatoes. I'll see what I can do with it so I can give it to my son, my daughter, my next people, my legacy. Now it's, they're in the negative now. So when you get something, it's, oh my God, I gotta pay for this. They don't even have life insurance. Like, what? Excuse me? Mom, I love you, but you jack me up. And guess what? The fathers, again, there are some, and I've probably heard of maybe 1 or 2, but most times the reason why it's mostly females or mothers is because that logic is separated from emotions, and logic brings mathematical equation into the fold and understanding how this works. And so a lot of times American women are some cultures, which I've already explained, always think about themselves. They don't think about their kids and the generation after this. They don't think about that. It's all about them. They just move in. They don't build. They don't build. They just move in. And they still, listen, they still moving in. They ain't building. That's why she's like, I gotta take care of my mom. Oh, because your mom's moving in. What is she building? Didn't build anything. So now, listen, now that that cashier had to take care of her mom, now she can't build. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand this potato? Now, because she got to take care of her mom, and her mom is somewhat of an issue now. Now, because her mom could not build, now her daughter can't build. And because she's not building nothing, and here she is as a cashier because she could have been writing a book and going places. Now, she's not building no legacy herself to give to her own kids. Because now, check this out. Check this out. Now, when she gets older and can't take care of herself, guess who's going to have to take care of her ass now? Her kids. Now her kids have to suffer based on her ignorance and lack of self-awareness that her mom did to her. And it's happening all the time. I had to tell you this. And even if you don't know or you know about this, this is some important stuff to show you that we need to be very aware of what's going on with our relationships and with the relationships with our parents, because we need to learn how to start building legacy and building ourselves up and passing on something good. That's like what I just said in the beginning. I just told you, I'm a genius. No, I didn't say I'm a genius. I'm saying I'm a genius right now. I am a genius because I've already told you in the beginning. If somebody asks me, why are you making these audios? Why are you doing this? Because I'm passing on my legacy. This isn't a negative potato. This is a sweet potato that's going to help people live. They're going to get something out of this. Like, well, somebody was talking some really good truth back then. Oh man, this is really going to help me out. Or you bump into the audio and, oh man, this is some hot stuff. And now you got something to think about. You have something to consider yourself, or to pass it on to someone else. That's why when you view it and you like it, you put the like on there, right? The thumbs up. You may be able to give this to a 12-year-old, well, I won't say a 12-year-old, but a 12-year-old that's growing to be a 17 or 18-year-old person. Or 19, like the 19-year-old person I was telling you about. And they can see what their parents are doing to them, and they can reconsider their decisions. Maybe they might become that rich lawyer in the movie, and instead of putting the mother out, maybe they might put their wife to work and say, you know what, you're not doing anything. We don't want to put your mother in the nursing home. It's quite expensive and a little unsafe. So guess what? I got a nice room in the back. She can stay there for a while. You take care of her. And really get this thing, instead of being selfish. You never know what somebody's going to get out of this if when you share it and you like it. Because this stuff is real. Parents don't understand their burdens that they're doing to their own kids. And most times it's not even good potatoes. If you look at the country, what kind of legacy are we passing down? Sometimes parents are just plain ignorant where they don't give nothing at all. They're not even trying to do anything. They're just saying, they'll burn up their money, they'll use all their resources, and they'll say in the back of their mind, well, my child is going to have to defend itself. And you know what the bad thing about it is? And I'm going to get off of this. The last thing that I'm going to say, and this goes according to some men, and sometimes it's involuntary, because what happens is when a woman who's a wife or maybe even a girlfriend of a guy who just have a child by the guy, right? Now, you know about the child support system and alimony. A lot of times these men who are paying child support and alimony or whatever else, they're not making enough money nor a lot of money. So because this girl decided not to use him as her power, but to depend on the state to be the power, what will end up happening is this guy will not sometimes have enough legacy to pass on to that kid because of the selfish decision of the mother. And thanks to the help of the court systems and their wayward, unbalanced, corrupt self, when they always want to give the mother custody of the child, listen, to give custody to the mother and not the father, but yet pin the father with child support and responsibility, guess what happens? They just removed the future. They just cut this woman off and her child off from power. Because a lot of times these men are overpaying, they're in a stressful situation, and this mother keeps using the children as a meal ticket and as a weapon to hurt him. Eventually this man's going to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. Wipe his hands off. I'm finished. You know what? I love my daughter. I love my son. But hey, I'm going to move somewhere else. I'm going to Europe. I ain't dealing with this no more. I'm going to Asia. I'm going to China. You know, the hell with you and your issues. I love my child. I'll send a postcard. We can FaceTime. I'll call them. But you know what? I'm done. Because you're bringing me stress, you're bringing me sorrow, and you're hurting me. And at the same time, you are pulling my life down with your negative energy because you want to be emotional and selfish. You want to move in and destroy instead of moving in to build. Like women used to do. They move in to build. Now they just move in to destroy and take everything. Now what I said about what they're talking about now, oh, I want a man to make more than me, but yet I want to be independent and I can do it all by myself. See, oh, it's ready to go, George. You know, don't get it, right? If you want some, if they moved in to build, that'd be different. Then of course, then what happened is, and I don't want to get on this too long, when that does happen, when they do meet a guy and they're talking about, oh, I'm building, I'm giving him stuff and I'm trying to help him, it's because they chose the wrong guy. But yet they want to blame men. They choose these men, but yet they want to blame it on the men that they chose. But you chose them. They chose these men. They knew these men were rocky and had their issues, but they chose him because he was 6 feet something tall, because he was muscular, because he had good penis game. But they choose him anyway, and they hope to change this guy. They hope that this guy is automatically going to take the wheel of the car and start driving. Well, when he don't do it, now she's mad. Now she'll tell you, well, I did move in and build. I didn't move in to just destroy stuff, Morpheus. I built, and he still broke my heart. He still didn't do what he was supposed to do. So what am I supposed to do now? Well, all these guys don't want to be committed and do what they're supposed to do. Well, ma'am, you chose him. Let me give you an example. Every culture have a different dynamic, even though women are the same. Listen, women are the same generally. They're still going to have their problems. They still got their hypergamy. They're still going to think a certain way. But guess what? There's black, white, Chinese, Indian, Indonesian, there's Muslim, Christian, Catholic, the list goes on. Whoever I choose as a man, I'm responsible. I chose her. And as I choose her, even if she has her own mind, and yes, they're going to be a universal concept to most women, if I choose a white girl, I got to deal with her history as well and accept her for who she is. Same as an Asian woman, and I'm with her Asian family, right? And I'm visiting them, I'm learning of their culture. That's my decision. What comes after that is my fault. So I can't get mad at this Asian woman for whatever that she does or whatever happens and blame every other culture and blame every other person based on what that one Asian girl did. It's not her fault. It's my fault because I chose her. Maybe I should have chose someone else. Maybe I should have stayed in America. Maybe I should have went to an Indian. Maybe I should have chose a Muslim. Listen, most men aren't going to sit here and talk about, all women are just, they're just evil and they're just going to, move in and destroy things. No. They'll say, I need to choose a different type of girl. But a lot of women don't think like that. They'll say, well, I tried to help and I paid this guy's bills. I'm never going to pay another guy's bills because this one guy hurt me. Well, Bozo the clown, what'd you just say? This one guy hurt me? One guy out of billions of people. Yeah. So, okay, you go outside and you see all this grass because one grass is blue because one grass didn't grow. one string of grass was cut. Now all the rest of the grass is garbage now? That's smart. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how y'all do it, but that right there, let me get off of it. Let me get off of it. The point of the matter is, let me stop, because y'all, I don't think y'all gonna even get that. Y'all still gonna be like, well, it's still his fault. Yeah, okay, yeah, and you have no accountability. So you just stood there and he came to you, and just took it when you know that's illegal. He can't just take it. He can't just bend you over and say, this is mine. No, he'll be in jail somewhere, or no longer here on earth. Most times you initiated it, or you accept. Okay, sure. No, it's your fault. You chose him and you made a bad decision. Live with it. Not all men are like that, so you can still move in and build. Not a lot of men are gonna sit there and say, oh man, she just paid like $900 worth of groceries. Oh my God, I feel less of a man. There's some men that just might take that and give it back to you. You just never know. You don't know because you're not trying to venture out. You're too busy trying to choose from a small pool of men that most of you women choose from, because you hive-minded. Don't make decisions on your own. Because she likes it, you like it too. Why not like something else based on your own individual choices? Let me stop. Stop. Point of the matter is here, we are dealing in a case where that hot potato, that burden is being passed on to the kids, and it's not being stopped because you got the system supporting this. You got ignorant kids that don't understand. What I mean by kids is when you are, you got a parent, you can be 40, 50 years old, but you're still that parent's child, right? You can say grown adults that are kids, but anyhow, you don't realize that you're carrying on a burden and you continue to curse instead of stopping it. Sometimes when you stop something, it hurts. When you stop the train, it has to stop. That means it's over. Go listen. Nursing home time. I'm done with you. I can talk to you, I'll call you, I'll give you your flowers while you exist. But hey, buddy, listen, this thing got to keep moving. Some movies show you this. I know there's no soldiers left behind, in actual combat, but in a very terrible situation that involves survival or protecting the earth and the world, right? And you got to go get something in order to protect and save the world. When a soldier falls, if you automatically know that if you go back to grab them and pick them up, that you're going to get devoured too, right? Then if you do, now you can't save the world. Now your mission's failed. Nobody can go. Now everybody has to suffer because you decided to pick up this burden. So oftentimes, yes, you don't want them to fall, and no man left behind. I get that. But when they're down, hey, they're down because you can't go back. Going back is like a trap. It's almost like what happened is if there was a war that broke out and they took all the women, they'll take the woman and they'll use them as a trap for you to go and save them. Because when you go and save them, that's when you end up getting destroyed because they know you're going to come and save them. So they're used as a trap. Duh, right? So when this fallen soldier is there and probably right there in the feet of the enemy, which is what's going on with this society now, a lot of people, their hands are in the government, they cut the men off, they're getting paid with, let me stop, online devilish mentality, Facebook, Instagram, what do you call that? OnlyFans, selling themselves. They don't understand it's a devilish market. We're not gonna get into that. They're selling themselves basically. They're at the feet of their enemy. They're at the feet of the enemy. So when you try to go back to help them, the enemy see you coming. They're like, this is what I want. They know you coming. It's like a rat trap or putting carrots in front of a rabbit. They know you coming. It's on purpose to knock this soldier down. So the strategy is when the soldier is down and they're still living, of course they are, right? What I mean is our parents are still young enough. They still here. Women are still here, but yet they're on OnlyFans. They're still around here, but yet they are functioning just enough. Just like that soldier is breathing, but he's bleeding right in front of the enemy, but he's still breathing. So you think you still got a chance to save him because he's still breathing. It's on purpose. So when you think you got to go back to help them, or when you do, that's when you get clapped. That's when you get clapped. And it happens all the damn time. The 19-year-old taking care of her mother got clapped. She got clapped from her college studies. She got clapped from finding a man. She got clapped from her future. She got clapped with owning a home. She got clapped with making better decisions that was going to put her on a better financial platform, especially her man, because men didn't want to deal with it. Oh, I got to take care of my mom, and my mom is important. I got to go do this for my mom. And my mom said that she wanted me to have a different guy, because remember, the mom still want to control her life because she's like that. Hurt people. Again, because she didn't move on to a future. She didn't build a legacy. She didn't do nothing for herself. Most of them, again, they just move in, they don't build. Guess what? She's passing on the negative, evil, devilish energy and wanting her daughter to be the same way that she is, a dead weight. So guess what? A man's going to come along and want to be with this girl. She's going to say, oh, I can't. I got responsibilities. I got to take care of my mom. So guess what? What did I just say a few minutes ago? She gets cut from her power. Women are getting cut from their power through the court system, through their own mother, through feminism, through the whole society, through bigotry, through bad behavior, through the choices that they make, through their hypergamy. So therefore, what is there left to pass on but negative? That's how and why most times it's always a mother. Where's the father at? Oh, he's probably already retired. He's on a farm. He's minding his own goddamn business somewhere. He's doing good. And sometimes these men, this is what I find out. A lot of times the father will find another woman somewhere else. And I hear it happen all the time. When I ask a girl, I say, so where's the dad at then, if you take care of your mom? Oh, he remarried. Dang. Oh, he's with somebody else. He found this woman somewhere else. All right, if he's black, check this out. Oh, y'all not going to like this, but this is real. I'm only telling you the facts here. You know this. If the man is black, I always find out that the woman that he gets with later on is a white woman. I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. What I'm saying is he switched the game up. He said, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going to do something else in my life. So he moves on, right? He's living his life. Whatever the woman is, she could be, Indian. She don't have to be white. She could be, who knows? Whatever he chooses. His choice, right? His preference. He moved on, but guess who's still laying back there next to her dog? Sometimes y'all just gonna have to cut your umbilical cord. Sometimes, if we want to succeed, if we need to change this curse, we're gonna have to cut our umbilical cord. You say, Mom, no, nah. Oh, but I need your help to do. No. You had 50 to 60 years. You had 50 to 60, sometimes 70 years to get your act straight. And you still haven't got it straight. And you expect from me to suffer like you suffered? Oh, hell no. But you know what? The reason why a lot of us can't do it, because we hate ourselves. Because we don't understand the programming of, of receding assets. Of receding prosperity. We don't understand. We don't know how to build the snowball that's going to be successful down at the end. You know what we'll do? We'll stand there and we'll slide ourselves down there with nothing and be stupid at the same time. We don't understand. And another thing is, we go by the programming. Oh, because you have to, because that's what the society expect. The church expect that. My mom would do the same thing for me. Oh, she would do the same thing for you, but yet she did not do the same thing for you by not passing on a positive legacy. She gave you a negative legacy. As a matter of fact, she'll tell you, don't date a guy. that she don't approve of. Okay, so she's gonna tell you who to date, that she needs to approve this guy, but yet she's not married herself, and she haven't made good decisions with the men in her past, and you still taking care of her and need to go help her with her bookshelf, with her groceries, drive her somewhere, right? Go get her hair did, like y'all both the same age. Now she's instead of your mother, she's your best friend. She's using your ass, and you standing there talking about, well, this is the way it's supposed to be. Well, go ahead and F your future then. Go ahead. Who cares? I mean, it's your choice. My body, my choice, my body. Oh, yeah, it's your choice. Go. You have the choice to do whatever you want to do. Just like somebody who wants to jump off a cliff. That's your choice. Hey, you did it. You chose it, so you got to live up with it. But you know what? When you do that, remember, whatever we do, there's going to be consequence. Especially if we have kids. If you don't have kids, fine. Don't worry about passing on the legacy. If you don't have kids, don't worry about it. Let's let it be. I mean, who are you gonna harm? I mean, you could have stepkids. I mean, you can what do you call that? Babysit kids or something like that, and send them back home. But if you have kids of your own, then you got to be responsible. If you don't, no big deal. But if you got kids of your own, you got to cut the train off. You got to say, you know what? No, not going to do it. Not going to happen. Right? But because we can't, because some of us are stuck on stupid, we love what do you call that? The crabs in the barrel. We have to keep dealing with this. That's the message of the day, ladies and gentlemen. No harm, no foul. It's just reality and what it is. And I have another audio coming for you as usual. And it's going to be even more powerful than this. And unto your empowerment, I shall continue. And until next time.